Peptides are powerful and often misunderstood.
But we're here to change that one conversation at a time.
I'm Dr. Kylie Burton.
And I'm Jessica Bricky.
This is Pep Talk. Peptides Unpacked. Science made simple, results made real. And today's conversation is going to be more about the business side of things, which is why you see the title including bonus. So if you're new here, any episode that you see that starts with the word bonus is about the business side. So if you're looking for additional income streams within your family, if you're a mom on a mission wanting to pay off debt and cover some future vacations, if you are a health practitioner looking to make some income streams that don't stop when you leave the office, if you are anybody else in between, heck, if you're a male and you're wanting to quit your 9 to 5 in the next 5 years and you want to create a new income stream, welcome. These bonus episodes are for you, and today's topic of conversation is doing something that we never thought we were going to do. And I want to start off by telling a quick little story. Jess and I were both at expos this past weekend. She was at an expo in the East Coast. I was at an expo out here on the West in Utah, both local areas to us. And I ran into a great colleague, a great friend of mine. We didn't know we were going to be there, but we ran into each other. And he said to me, he's like, "Little miss you doing something you swore you were never going to do." And I'm like, I know. I live out here in Utah where there's every affiliate marketing company starts in Utah, I swear. And I swore I was also never going to do it. But I also see something different in the telemedicine company that we have partnered with. And that is one that they're not a supplement company. And that to me is a big deal. These are prescription pharmaceuticals, prescription peptide therapy. Now, just I want to jump in before I bring in Jess here. I've had a lot of questions, people asking me, well, I don't want my clients to go through this platform and then have them take my clients from me. That's not what this is about. This is just about you providing a peptide prescription to your clients, and then you continue working with them if they have a question about their peptides specifically, because this is a prescription. You need to have your clients go through their patient portal to answer those peptide specific questions, especially if they have to deal with dosage. So, this isn't about taking your clients from you. This is about you providing a way for them to access peptides through a prescription provider, which many of us don't have a license, myself included. So when people ask me about what am I doing, well, I've partnered with this telemedicine company who provides MDs, DOs, nurse practitioners, those individuals who have prescription licenses, they can access peptides safely. And at the expo, I can't tell you how many times I said, this is about using peptides safely. So that's a little bit of the business side. Let's talk more business and peptides using the experience Jess and I had at the expo. So, Jess, what's one thing that you learned about the business side of things?
I want to just before we get into that, I want to just add to that. So, a couple of years ago, I started with a network marketing company that I too swore I would never, ever do. And I consider myself a former or reformed network marketing or affiliate marketing snob. The reality is I didn't understand the model. That's the biggest thing. Like I didn't understand the model. So I love what I learned with my former company. It was a supplement company. In fact, I'm still involved with them because they do have some things that I still love. But this is my home. This where I am right now with this telemedicine company is my home. And
I think
once
that's
you
safe to
get,
say this is our home. Because we
yes.
spent the last 30 minutes discussing what I've been through in business and what I refuse to do again, and how this is just so much better for the next chapter of my life. And I think a lot of people can relate to that.
You're not reinventing the wheel, and I am having a ball doing it, which I did with my former company too. But here's the thing. If you look at the structure of any corporation, if you look at the structure even within your own small business model, you have the person at the top, and then it trickles down to all the other departments, whether you're wearing all those hats or you're hiring somebody to wear all those hats. It is absolutely no different than the model within the affiliate marketing world or network marketing world. So you're going to have the people that started the company, and in our case, we are the ones that are in the front line that are out there. We are the marketers, we are the salespeople, we are the people that are directing people in to get that end product. We're all those people in the middle that are getting paid in other companies for them to walk away with whatever it is, in this case peptides, whatever it is that is their product. So I think there's a lot of misnomers out there about, well, anytime you're involved in that, it's a scheme. So let's just put that to bed right now. It isn't. It is the same structure as any other business. It just looks less traditional. But I'm here to say it's real, it makes money, and it is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
So,
I can't tell you how many times I've also texted Jess and said I haven't had this much fun in business in a couple of years because the old model of business I was running, like the traditional model of you are at the top and you hire people to come in below and help out with the fulfillment and all these other things, it's exhausting. And it
mhm.
finally took a toll on me. And one of my other friends at the expo, she was like, Kylie, what is going on? I've known you from the beginning. Like, what happened? And so I told her the synopsis of what happened, and we're not going to get into this, but she's like, I would look at you on Zooms, and I could see these dark circles, and every time I'd look at you, I'd just be like, girl, your adrenals are fried.
Mm.
Yeah, they were. One, because I have little kids who don't sleep, but two is because I wouldn't stop. I kept going and going and going and going. And at some point, your body can't handle it anymore. So if you are looking for something that's in addition to or a pivot to something else, and even though you swore you would never do this, just like me and Jess, guess what? We're both making money. We're both having the time of our lives. And the more
Helping
we
a
get
ton of
into the
people.
science, the more we're loving it.
Yeah, but we're helping a ton of people. So the expo this weekend, um, it's a lot of peopling, right? Whenever you're out there in the world, whether it's a professional
When
expo
you
and you're
say a
out there,
lot of peopling, let's just clear up though. You and I are both introverts.
I'm not.
Okay, I'm an introvert.
I'm definitely not.
When
My
I say
husband
introvert, I mean like I'll go out and put myself in front of people. I just booked a speaking gig right before we hit record on this. Like I'll go do it. But when I get done, my energy is tanked and
yeah.
I need to replenish the energy. So if
So
you're
even
thinking,
for
well,
an
I'm an
extrovert,
introvert, how am I going to do this? Not an
yeah, but
excuse.
even for an extrovert, it's still a lot of peopling. Like you are just constantly having conversations and putting yourself out. And I did this expo on the heels of doing a reunion with my college. And so I spent 2 days out, which is why my voice sounds this
Your
way,
voice is,
out
you
in,
know,
right, which it never sounds this
proof.
way, but I'm tired, but I've been like nonstop talking for days. And so it was days of being in, loud environments where you're trying to get your voice heard, and but the expo is a lot of peopling and a lot of teaching and a lot of trying to get information quickly to people so that they can go on and continue their journey on the expo and talk to other vendors. But that said, even though it's a lot of peopling and it is exhausting to stand on your feet all day and to have these conversations, it's also inspiring because you're getting this immediate feedback of people that are either looking for help and desperate, or they've had a really good experience and they're looking for more, or they're looking for a new way. And for me, I don't know what one of the common things you heard, but one of the most common things I heard for people that had already had experience was they were using peptide. Well, first we had to explain what peptide therapy is because that's a term that I use commonly, but people don't really know. So I had to first explain what it was.
Explain it
But
to
then
everybody in case people are new and they need a refresher.
right.
That was
Okay.
the
So,
thing I just had to explain. What is a peptide? Which we
right.
can get into a later episode, but
Right. But the short version is it's a chain of amino acids. We naturally make them in our body, and they have they're signalers that they go out and tell our body to do a whole lot of functions. And the thing that most people are most familiar with are, well, one is insulin. People don't realize that's a peptide. We understand it saves lives. and it has to do with blood sugar. But then you have the GLPs that people are familiar with Wegovy, Ozempic, and so on. That's a peptide. Collagen that you're taking every day, that's a peptide. So there's a ton of signaling. They're different types, but many of them are incretin hormones. They're telling our body what to do, and for many reasons, we stop making them. So we call it peptide therapy because there's so many different peptides that are out there. So number one, we had to explain peptide therapy because that's what all my signage says, which is great because it's a good icebreaker. People are like, what is that? Or I would say, are you familiar? When I could see the wheels turning as they're reading my sign. But this one of the big things that happened, a lot of the stories were people that had used GLPs was, well, I got myself to a place where my BMI was too low or my blood sugar was balanced, and my insurance company stopped covering what I was
Oh
doing.
no.
And
So they just
now I
went
know
cold turkey.
they went cold turkey. They stopped getting they were no longer getting coverage, and now suddenly they're without. Now, number one, they didn't get the support they need so that the foundations weren't there. So many people did regain weight because they were solely relying on the peptide to change their life. That's another discussion. We've probably covered it a million times in all of our episodes. But as an insurance company who's just, I mean, it also just seems incredibly irresponsible to me that you have allowed your patient to titrate up if that's what they've done and they're at this high level and they're like, oh, well, good, your BMI is now 25. You're done. You don't need this anymore. Cold turkey, you're off. No, you can't do that. That to me, that's like a form of patient abandonment in a way. I don't know the legality of that, but it seems incredibly wrong. So over and over again, I heard these people that loved their journey on peptides. It changed their life in so many ways. The rug was pulled out from under them. They gained weight. Some of their inflammation came back. Their food noise certainly came back for a lot of people, which made them, even if they had changed habits, when that food noise came back, they kind of went right back into some of their old habits. So I think we as a business need to be out there talking to people that lost their insurance coverage as a way that they can still continue their therapy when they can't get it the way that they were getting anymore. A lot of people had no idea that there was a way to get it. A lot of people knew that there were research grade peptides available, and they would say, "Oh, but that says right on there, not for human consumption." And I said, "No, please don't go that route. Don't play pharmacist in your kitchen. I've seen so many things go sideways, including unsterile backwater and infections. Don't go that route. There are other places that you can get them safely." So that was a pretty big repeating theme that I was hearing from people, that at least those that were familiar, not necessarily with the term peptide therapy, but certainly that they had used peptides once they understood what I was talking about.
Yeah. And you and I both saw how much education is still needing. We
It's,
talk about this all the time. Like, we can't produce podcast episodes
yeah,
fast enough
yeah,
to
it is.
cover all of this.
I
And
think
if
that's what
you're
I said.
listening and wanting to join in on the business side, there's never been a better time.
Yeah.
Now is your time because you're going to be on the forefront of this. Um, so many people, the number one question I got asked at the expo was, I had blood work and peptides. That was my big signage. And people would say, I've heard that word. What is a peptide? Because I hear it everywhere, but I don't know what it is or what it stands for. So they're hearing it. And now you get the opportunity to offer it. And I would always say this, there's a way to do this safely, and you can provide that avenue to do it safely, whether it be family, friends, clients, on your online presence, your email list, wherever those people are coming from, there's a way to do this safely. And we work with, I'm just going to say it. We work with the best avenue in order to do this safely. And we can't share the reasons why yet publicly, but we will be able to soon. And like I said, now is the time if you've been thinking about it. So, Jess, everybody wants to really know the question, do you actually make money doing this?
I was telling you before we started recording that I had a friend that asked me that exact question. Are you actually making money? And heck yeah, I'm making money. Heck yeah, I'm making money. So I am one of those people that I try things a little bit, get very familiar, test it out for myself first, and then I talk about it. So I started talking about this as a business Back in September. So it is April now, mid-April, and I probably started talking about it at the beginning of September. And I got really hard, like really aggressive. I don't want to say maybe aggressive isn't a good word, but more regular with talking about it on my social media in my office in December. So 5 months ago is when I really started talking about it. And to date, yeah, I'm making a really nice income. I have a weekly check that comes in, and then I have a monthly check with all the extras that I'm making on top of that. And I'm a professional pointer to a telemedicine company that gives them a safe way to talk to a provider and provide fantastic quality prescription grade peptides. And I'm making really nice money and having the time of my life. And I get
And
to
it's
then teach.
consistent money. It's
It's
not
consistent
like,
money. That's what I mean. We every week
yeah,
every Friday I get one check, and then every once a month I get all of the kind of
the
overage,
bonus.
the bonuses and all the things that I have earned. And that's a really fun check to get, is that monthly check. But all of it is, yes, I am making really nice money. And who doesn't want to do that and do that in a fun way? I haven't been this inspired in my work in a really long time. Part of that is because people are having such great results. And we did an episode on expectations. So there's that. That said, I've never seen anything move the needle the way that peptides do. So you're
Yeah.
having people come back to you saying, I feel so much better. I have less inflammation. My brain is working better. I've lost weight. I'm sleeping better. All of the things that people are struggling with that we're able to support, and we're able to get them relief really quickly. So it's fun. You're seeing immediate results. And yes, I'm making really good money.
Yeah. A lot of times people would ask me, well, how do you do them? Like, what does blood work and peptides even mean? Well, I have always interpreted blood work a different way. Do you have labs from your doctor? Maybe 6 months ago. I was actually surprised at how many people had had labs in the last month. Maybe it was just the energy coming towards me where people are like, oh, yeah, I just had my labs done. Great, go get them. Go grab your labs from your doctor, your patient portal, wherever they are. And I'm going to read them in a unique way through a functional medicine lens. And then, based upon what your labs say, I'm going to recommend the right peptides for you. This is the beautiful thing. It used to take me 90 minutes to do a blood work interpretation and then create the treatment plan afterwards because the supplement protocols were so regimented and so in depth and so extensive 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. Now, I did one for a lady. You know how you just have those connections with people?
Hmm.
One of these ladies, we had this connection. And I told her she came on Friday, and I said, okay, if you have labs, come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow, bring me your labs. So she did. She came back on Saturday, stack
Oh,
of labs
that's amazing.
in her in her purse, her big bag. And I looked through the labs. I've done this thousands of times now. All the ranges are just memorized in my head. Ran through her labs, and I said, okay, we need GLP-1 and GIP, so the tirzepatide. We need that one first.
Yep.
And then 90 days, we're going to move over to C-Lax and C-Link and C-Max. I would switch those up all the time, all weekend long. C-Link and C-Max. And then in 90 days, we're going to add on BPC 157, and that's your protocol. You
Beautiful.
guys, I did that all in less than 10 minutes.
Right.
That's how simple this process can be now. You can exchange complicated supplement stacks, pro, exchange complicated supplement regimens for simple peptide stacks. And that was what was on my banner. Um, was that here's the old way of doing things, here's the new way of doing things. Come on board because I'm going to teach you how to do it and make this so simple. And like Jess has been saying, like they're going to get results so fast.
So
And
fast. And less money. Less
and
money.
less money, saving
Yeah.
money too.
Yeah.
Now, we did have that episode about the expectations. It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to lose weight overnight, nor do we want you to lose weight overnight. We want you to lose weight in a safe manner. But with her, it wasn't even regarding weight loss. She had a concussion when she was 15. Her thyroid, she's on thyroid medication. Um, Now she's like, oh, if I lose weight, it's just like an added bonus. But I want
Yeah.
to feel good. I want to feel energized. So we created her this plan and matched with her labs. And she was like, wait, you're telling me that if I use C-Link and C-Max and there are nasal sprays that go to my central nervous system and they're going to impact my thyroid? And I said, yes, because your pituitary is hanging out in your brain, your hypothalamus is hanging out in your brain, and that's what's communicating with your thyroid via the hormone TSH. And I'm like, here's your number right here. And you said you wanted to get off thyroid medication. So here's our plan. 10 minutes. That was it. Boom, boom, boom.
And if
Peptide
you
protocol done.
and if you don't, if you are listening and you're thinking about this as a business plan and this is not what you do, and you're not interested in doing what Kylie just
And you don't
said,
have to.
you don't have to. Number one. And number two, Ellie just puts Ellie, shoot. Our
It's all right. We've
telemedicine
done 34, 5 episodes. We barely dropped the name. It's okay.
our telemedicine company, they just dropped something in our hub, which is full of incredible information, where they're breaking things down for you. So if you have somebody, a friend that's like, I'm really struggling with this, you can go to this resource and say, this is what they would suggest that you look at. So it's there for you. You do not have to be any
And we
kind of
provide
wellness.
resources to individuals
We
too.
we provide that for our team, and the company that we work for just put out stuff that's going to provide stuff as well, so that you can help people even pre-screen before they go and look at the peptides that are available to them. So you don't have to be any kind of wellness provider. You can just be somebody that is looking for an opportunity to have income, do it in a fun way with a really fun group of people, on your timeline. Your output, the money you make will definitely be reflected by the what you put into it. This is not it is still a job. It is not like money landing in your lap, but it doesn't require you to kill yourself to get it done.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. It is fun. In so many ways, it's so fun. Um, I had a thought and I can't remember where it went, but along with the lines of like, you don't have to be a blood work aficionado. I've been doing this for years. I've seen thousands of labs. You don't have to be a peptide aficionado either.
Right.
You can learn as you go. And that's the beautiful thing about this timeline. If you join right now, El, dang it, I almost dropped it too. The telemedicine company we use, uh, they're dropping things like they just dropped 4 new peptides last month. So when they drop something, we get to then be like, oh yeah, teach us about it. And then they'll have trainings for us and they teach us about it. So
We had
there's
six drop.
MOTS-C and NAD plus, like what?
We had six drop since the
Six
March 1st.
drop.
We
See?
had six drop.
You guys,
Six.
there's never a better time. So if you've been thinking about this, get off the fence, come join us. Jess, where can they find you?
Yep. So you can find me on my website. It's b2bwithjess.com. You can find me on my Instagram, which is jessb.talkshealth. You're going to get lots of information. You can connect and message me in both spots. And love to have you join me, have you join our team. We're having a blast putting this together. So whether you are somebody that is in wellness in any capacity, an esthetician, a nurse practitioner, a doctor, a wellness coach of any way, or you're a mom or dad that's looking for another stream of income, like somebody mentioned to me the other day, I'm just looking for a little side hustle. This is it. This is a great opportunity. We are a young company, very much just launching into, well, the growth is incredible with what we're doing for sales numbers, as a company as a whole. So now is the time to get in, get with us, and people are looking for it. That's the other part we didn't mention. People are looking for this, unlike supplements or any other product. This is something that is cutting edge. This is the future of wellness. People are actively looking for safe places to do it. So you don't have to even be out there pushing this because people are looking for it.
Yeah, it makes sales a whole lot easier when they're already wanting it. One of the guys came up to me, complete stranger, and he was like, I literally came to this expo because I need to find somewhere safe that I can access these peptides. That is the only reason why I came. I've done all the research. I have Crohn's. I have, I can't remember the other thing he said, but he's like, I'm sick of these medications. I want off of them. My doctor has no idea what they're doing to get me off of them. I've been researching peptides. How can I access them safely? And I said, oh, here you go. Go to drkylieburton.com/shop. There's your access. And you'd have the same thing. You would just share your link. So to get started, it's $79 upfront and then $8 a month after that to cover tech fees. I
Which
like
are
the charge up.
phenomenal. Let's
Yeah,
mention
which is
how good
phenomenal.
they are.
I like being charged because then I know that you're legit and you're not just some free sucker wanting to get paid without having to put much effort in. Because whether you want 4 figures a month, 5 figures a month, 6 figures a month, it will determine how much effort you put into it. This is not a sit back and chill, but if you were willing to put in some effort, you were going to reap the rewards financially and enjoy helping people out, finding the safe way. So if you're interested, more details can be found at drkylieburton.com/peptides affiliate. And this is Pep Talk, Peptides Unpacked.